Hi, hello, welcome to my bunny show. Got our special guest here, Cookie. Mr. Cookie here wants to show you his favorite types of enrichment. He was like, these are my toys, these are the things I'm allowed to play with. Anyway, today I'm gonna be talking all things enrichment because, sometimes we don't want to come home to, our rabbits just feasting on that forbidden treat, My rabbit's favorite forbidden treat is actually my very expensive dining table. They've taken a few chunks out of the legs, like it's a corn cob. They enjoy the resistance of wood. I have thoroughly taped every leg of my dining table ever since then. My dining table is just glistening from all this weird ass tape on it. The main point of enrichment actually is to make sure the rabbits aren't bored and also to stimulate a lot of the natural behaviors that rabbits have in the wild. To put it into simple terms, enrichment is to give your rabbit a dynamic and mentally stimulating environment. A lot of the times they're very destructive, they're stressed, and they're very aggressive if they are bored. Honestly, our rabbits are living such pampered lives now. They don't have to forage for food all day. They literally get it presented to them and brought to them in a little cute carrot bowl or something like that. Yeah, 80% of their day is just like, gone, and they're just sitting around in their house, just living it up. Because we've taken it upon ourselves to be their slaves. Some of the natural behaviors that rabbits enjoy doing are digging, chewing, foraging, and running around and binkying and just having a great old time. The reason why rabbits chew a lot is because their teeth are always growing like human fingernails and hair, so they need things like hay to grind their teeth down. In the wild, rabbits spent majority of their time foraging, so they would be looking for food the whole time. They'd be peeling bark off trees and chewing on it. They'd be digging, they'd be sniffing around for food. So yeah, it was very difficult for them to come across food in the wild. There are different types of enrichment that you can try to achieve for your rabbits. There's social enrichment, there's physical enrichment, and there's sensory enrichment. And there's a whole load of different kinds of enrichment that kind of goes under all those titles. But I'm probably just gonna go through the main ones and the easiest ones and my favorite ones. But I'll also link all the different kinds of resources I use to find all these kinds of enrichment. The main kind of enrichment that people kind of go towards is tactile enrichment, which means to add sort of new objects or toys into your rabbit's environment for them to play with and to interact with, to chew on. So that's what people normally think of when they think enrichment for their rabbits. They're usually like, what toys should I buy my rabbits? Another more popular form of enrichment that people are moving towards is cognitive enrichment. So puzzle toys for their rabbits, so they put a lot of treats and the rabbit has to figure out how to get to them. And that's also great mental stimulation for your rabbit. But if you're just looking for some very easy tips for enrichment, I have those for you because we're always on the hunt for the cheapest toys or, the easiest or free forms of enrichment for our rabbits. And I'm unashamed to say that because having 3 rabbits, you'd think that you'd have to pay 3 times the cost of toys and things like that. But I have news for you. You don't have to do that because some people neglect one main form of enrichment, which I very much love. My favorite form of enrichment is scatter feeding. I probably almost never feed my rabbits in bowls, while bowls are completely fine to feed your rabbits with. I just think it's just a missed opportunity for some enrichment for your rabbits because scatter feeding is when you just kind of scatter all the pellets or the salad or the food all around their area so that they have to work and use their senses to find food. Our rabbits are very, very pampered, almost to the point where we won't even make it challenging for them to eat anymore because some people think it's kind of cruel. but I assure you it is not cruel to scatter feed your rabbits or even to make it challenging for your rabbits to eat. It was quite the challenge for them to find any food in the wild. Scatter feeding their food makes them walk around and look for their food. You could even put it on different levels of surfaces. Like I like to put it on top of the castle, which is why Cookie likes to sit up there, because he thinks that sitting up there automatically means that he'll get food up there. I almost exclusively just scatter feed my rabbits. I think it's an awesome form of enrichment and almost a free form of enrichment. I think everyone can do this since you will feed your rabbit every day. It's just a very simple way to keep their minds stimulated. It ensures that everyone gets their fair share of food and everyone is eating at a normal pace, not just inhaling their food. Scatter feeding is by far my favorite enrichment for rabbits, and I think it's the easiest form of enrichment that a lot of people kind of skip. Another easy form of enrichment in my mind is to give your rabbit lots of space for them to exercise and to run around, especially if your rabbit is kept in a cage during the day or in a playpen. Allowing them time to run around in a bunny-proofed area gives them more novelty and a chance to explore and to use their senses. If they're not usually in that area throughout the whole day, it's highly enriching for them. And some people like to do that. They like to keep their rabbit run area separate from their normal living area or playpen, just to have that extra form of enrichment for their rabbit. If you let your rabbit free roam around the whole house, it's still quite enriching for them because their environment is always changing. Again, you'll have people come into your house, you'll come into your house, or you'll have guests over, or just anything that you're doing throughout the day, they find very entertaining. They'll come up to you and be like, "What are you doing?" And they'll sniff you. I swear, I just go to the fridge and I grab a snack and my rabbits are already like, "What is this entertaining thing this human is doing? Like, I hope there's food involved. I hope there's food for me involved." Yeah, which is why I love free roaming rabbits. It is very enriching for them. Another favorite of mine, I would count it as a free sort of enrichment because you end up with random cardboard boxes anyway. I know I do. For instance, I look out for things like this little box right here. It's got a hole in it. It was just a cardboard box for a travel mug that my brother got. And every time my brother orders something online, or if I order something, it comes in a box. So I'm just like, can I have that for the rabbits? It's that simple. And I'll usually put some treats in there for them so then they can throw it around and get the treats out. Yeah, the easiest form of enrichment is just cardboard boxes. They love it. Things like this though, you have to be wary that they don't ingest it. My rabbits don't ingest cardboard. They just kind of throw it around. But yeah, for rabbits that do like to eat cardboard as their favorite treat, you might want to look for things that have no print on it or are just plain cardboard boxes. Oh, not in the water, bro. Ah, no! Like, I just gave them a shoebox from the shoes that I just bought, and then I put treats in there, and it had some tissue paper that they loved digging and ripping up. So yeah, that's just one easy form of enrichment that I love as well. Another one of my all-time favorite forms of enrichment is social enrichment. There's a reason why rabbits love being in groups. This form of enrichment isn't technically free, but it is to me since I already have my rabbits. What I have found with my rabbits is that they're less inclined to chew things out of boredom nowadays. I actually think it's because they have a lot of enrichment from their companionship. Again, 3 rabbits is a lot of entertainment for all of them. They spend a lot of time running around together, grooming each other, cuddling with each other. While some factors do increase, like mess and obviously changing out the litter boxes more often, I think things like destructive behavior are reduced when you have more than one rabbit, so it kind of balances itself out. Yeah, I spend a lot less money on toys because they're highly entertained from each other. I do believe that they are less destructive in my house because, I don't know, they prefer just annoying each other rather than annoying me and chewing my furniture. I find that a lot of people who are opposed to having more than one rabbit or who are concerned about getting another rabbit probably think that their rabbit is the exception to the rule, which the rule is that rabbits are never alone in the wild. They flourish being together in a group. I do understand that some people have a rabbit like Cookie who looks like he is extremely territorial or thrives being on his own, but I have personally witnessed it that he, although loves being alone and loves being with people, he has those needs that can only be met through other rabbits. So I will sit with him and I will pet him and he will sit with me and just chill with me. He has that companionship 24/7 that I can't provide him. Ain't that right, bud? He was also very territorial in my mind. It was very difficult to bond him, but now that he is bonded with Ash and Milky, he is actually the least territorial out of all of them. He is the least aggressive, which is very shocking. What you think your bunny's personality is like when they're single is very different when they are bonded. Definitely, if you think you can afford it, if you think you can support them, if you think you can give them enough space, I highly encourage that you get more than one rabbit. Rabbits react very differently to all different kinds of enrichment. You just have to find out what behaviors that your rabbit loves. A lot of the behaviors that your rabbit exhibits that you think are destructive are actually just ways of them playing. It's very important to not just deter them from these destructive behaviors, but to allow them an area where it's acceptable for them to exhibit these behaviors.
So yeah, in summary, my favorite enrichment for rabbits is to scatter feed your rabbits. Another is to just give them plenty of room to exercise and to interact with you, so a lot of free roaming time. Another is to just give them random cardboard boxes. Those are my top tips for enrichment and my favorite things to do to give my rabbits an enriching life. I think they're happy. I think they enjoy the enrichment that I choose for them. So yeah, comment down below if you've tried any of these or if you're going to try any of these for your rabbit. Thank you for watching and we'll see you guys in the next video.